You're a Democrat.
Yes, I am, but I vote by my heart, so that doesn't mean I go down the line and vote all Democrats, if that's what you're asking.
This is, the kind of premise of this is, he actually won college-educated white women.
I know.
And this seems to be sort of the demographic that he's hurting with the most.
Which amazes me.
That he won?
No, that those women are the demographic that, some of them who voted for him.
Yeah.
And I had two friends who thought he was absolutely the cat's meow, and we stopped having dinner together for a while just because the conversation was so difficult.
What do you think they think of him now?
Same.
They still do?
They would still vote for him. Yeah, and that's what's really frightening to me.
Because they say, look, we're tax cuts and we love the Supreme Court
they think he's just charming.
Yeah.
That's the word that kills me, when they say, he's such a charming individual.
Yeah. Have you heard of anybody that's changed their mind?
Yes, I have actually. I have a couple of friends who have actually voted for him originally and will no longer, and had a lot of faith in his ability to do some of the things that he's done with the economy and all, but are now seeing other parts of it. I mean, I am convinced that one of the articles I read said he has a vocabulary of a 4th and 5th grader. Well, I taught that. They're about right. They really are about right.
But that's pretty successful. That's a way to communicate simply,
well,
right?
To the blue-collar people, I guess, who seems to be a big part of his contingency. But it is very frightening to think of your president with that kind of vocabulary.
Yeah.
He's representing your country.
We're interested in serving our country. I think he's mainly just interested in himself and his own power. And I think rather than making America great again, he is setting us back so far that it's going to be really, really difficult for the country to regain its international standing, to regain its economic strength. And to me, that's all frightening. I also think he's trying to move the country in an authoritarian direction because he only cares about his own power and destroying democratic institutions that our founders so carefully put together 200 years ago. In terms of women, seeing my daughter, who's 18, and her friends cry when he was elected because America elected a man who had harassed women, groped women, assaulted women, and America didn't care. Over a very qualified woman with years in politics who has spent her whole life in public service. I mean, the whole thing to me was just horrifying, and I think especially if they get this Supreme Court nominee, I think the Republicans didn't let a Democrat go through, which was unconstitutional. And because there was going to be an election, and now they've stacked the judiciary in a direction that's going to set back women's rights.
Do you have
decades
any
and
friends
decades
that supported Trump?
If they did, they wouldn't tell me. And I do have some, and I think that there are actually a lot of women I know who Hillary and Tim Kaine. I think there are so many women in a community like this whose marriages are structured in a way that it's very clear the power in the marriage is with the man. And I think a lot of people were very threatened by a ticket in which the power was with the woman, and which is just a very, I don't know. It was a very strange thing.
Good. How's he doing?
I think he's doing fantastic.
And you hear all the controversy, all the criticism.
Right.
Why do you think he's doing
I'm a Hispanic woman, and I believe in free marketplace, and what it has done for me is that opened a lot of other doors. People were hesitant before to do business, and I feel in my business world, things have opened up, and I have doubled the business that I had 2 years ago.
You think they were hesitant because of the economy?
I think that they were hesitant in my world again, international world, because they did not know where the United States was. I think that there's a clear vision of where we are. We have a president that is pretty strong. Not everybody likes him. They don't like the way he talks, but he's from New York.
Yeah.
So who cares?
Right.
I just won the bottom line.
What do you hear from other women about him?
I think that I haven't heard anything differently than what I'm saying to you. I think that people are at peace as far as work is concerned. Mm-hmm. I think that we are at peace as far as war is concerned. I think if there is probably an issue, it's division. And how do we bring, I think I hear from other women, moms like me, who not all their kids agree with me, that they wish that there would be a way to bring the country together.
How many of your daughters disagree with you?
I have 4 boys.
Okay.
4 out of 5.
Disagree with you?
Disagree with me.
How old what's their age range?
28 to 35.
Yeah. Does this Kavanaugh allegation, you seem like you pay attention, so this woman...
big attention.
Does that concern you about him?
No, not at all. I think that Judge Kavanaugh is a super nice guy. I was in high school almost at the same time.
Huh.
So, I respect women and I'm all for women issues, but I don't like it. I wish this lady would have brought it up before.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, she doesn't remember. I was in Washington, D.C. yesterday. She doesn't remember the house she was in. I don't remember most of the guys that I met at parties when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I had encounters. I think every woman has an encounter, and probably a lot of guys do too.
But isn't that an extreme encounter?
Well, the way she relates it now was an extreme encounter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she was drinking or not.
Yeah.
I don't not want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I also want to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I think she's throwing a grenade at, like a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
She should have done it before.
Who's your congresswoman or person? Are you Stephanie Murphy district?
No. Yes, I am. I think I am.
How do you have any sense you can vote for her?
I haven't met her ever.
Yeah.
I'm very much into politics, and I've never seen her in Orlando.
Yeah.
So I personally know Mike Miller really well, and I know what he stands for. So, I think I will vote for Mike unless I meet Stephanie Murphy and she sweeps me off my feet. I would like to work to vote for a woman.
And Rick Scott, Bill Nelson, you're probably Rick Scott.
I am.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's done great for even my kids that don't agree with me love Bill. Rick Scott. 45 years enough.
You're what?
I said 45 years of being in the Senate is enough.
Oh yeah, right.
I believe in term limits as well.
Yeah. And how's he doing?
I think he's honoring the things that he said he would do, and I admire that.
And if you turn on the cable news, or at least a couple of the networks, it's constant criticism. Do you buy any of it?
No, I'm willing to look at the issues. I'm willing to, I think constructive criticism is a healthy thing. I think that I'm willing to, give criticism, but I think that it's very biased. I think I don't think it's fair that they cannot give credit. The other side won't give credit where credit is due when it's something that affects and helps everybody. Clearly it does, and so I don't think it's fair.
What do you like most about what he's done?
I like most that when he says America First, I do believe wholeheartedly that he is operating in the best interest of all of us. Even though, if you were to listen to everything, everybody would say it's very partisan, but I believe that his actions are protecting Americans.
And the style, that seems to be what rubs a lot of people the wrong way. A little abrasive, a little sometimes...
He's Donald Trump. He's always been Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's never changed. It was laughable, I thought, but initially I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Donald Trump's gonna run for president. And then, I listened to him and I said, you know what, I think that man's gonna win. People laughed at me. They thought I had lost my mind. I said, he's gonna win. But I wasn't a big fan necessarily. I wasn't not a fan, but he is who he is, and I don't think he's necessarily changing that.
So he sounds like, I'm not putting words in your mouth, it sounds like you are more impressed with him than you expected to be.
You mean
with how
now
he's done?
or
Yeah.
from the beginning?
You said you weren't necessarily a big fan, but
Well, I wasn't a Donald Trump fan
Yeah.
before he started running for president. I just didn't really, pay a whole bunch of attention to him. I didn't watch his shows or anything.
Right.
So I don't really watch that kind of,
Yeah.
TV and stuff. But I was impressed with what he said he was going to do.
And do you have any friends that have lost, sort of disillusioned with him at all?
Mm-hmm.
You
A
do?
lot, mhm.
Why do you think they are? What do you say to them?
I don't enter into conflict anymore. I have friends. I think there's been, I think there were whole groups that I've felt alienation from, and definitely had to tone it down. Wouldn't have put a sign in my yard. I was afraid to put stickers on my car. Things like that. That I think that if I in the cases that I did, I think that there's a label for sure.
Yeah.
I think the divisiveness is something that probably we haven't seen, if ever, before.
If you look at the polling, there are a lot of women that supported him. Women in particular, with his vulnerability, supported him in the election, and then have been disenchanted with his governing. Do you see any of that? You're obviously not one.
Maybe I'm disenchanted. Some of the style of his governing, I'm a little disillusioned with. But it's not just him. I'm disillusioned with a lot of Washington and a lot of politicians across the board.